Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to the channel iRumors. Today we are going to be reviewing a Windows laptop. And what is it, you may ask me? It is the Asus Zenbook UX481. We're going to be taking a look at this laptop, doing a bunch of testing. In the end, we are going to be discussing whether you should get this laptop. So without further ado, let's get started right into today's review. Firstly, like we always do, let's take a look at the technical specifications. Firstly, this laptop weighs in at 1.5 kilogram, and this is a pretty thick laptop at 22 millimeters. It's a pretty thick and beefy laptop. Now let's take a look at the ports on this laptop. So firstly, at the side over here we've got the charging port, which is pretty standard, and beside that we've got the HDMI port. We've got a USB-A 3.1 Gen 1 port, and here we've got a USB 3.1 Gen 2 USB-C port. And if you're wondering, this doesn't provide charging. It doesn't support Thunderbolt 3 as well. So just a normal regular USB-C port. On the right side over here, we've got another USB-A port, followed by a headphone jack and a micro SD card slot. Now if we open up this laptop, the screen here is a 14-inch LED backlight Full HD Nano Edge touch display. Both the bottom screen pad plus and the top screen both are touch screen. And the bottom screen is called the screen pad plus, like I said. This is a secondary display, and that is what makes the laptop a unique one. And below that we've got our full keyboard over here, and the trackpad is onto the side over here. Mine is a 1TB PCIe Gen 3 1TB storage, and this has 16GB of RAM. Now before we start off any test, we gotta run Geekbench. Okay, now we've got Geekbench opened up. Now let's run the Geekbench benchmark first. The scores are now out. The single core is 1019, multi-core 3515, and as for the compute score, it's scored a total of 8920. We all know what that means. It's a very mediocre score. Okay, here we are playing a HDR video, and we can instantly see that the HDR quality very mediocre. The screen is already at full brightness, and the HDR quality, I would say, it's not vibrant at all. It just doesn't feel like a HDR screen. For those of you who are tech nerds, I think this is pretty easy to spot. I'll just zoom in further, and we can already see that this is definitely not 100% HDR quality. Here I've got some NCS. Let's play the music. And there is some pretty loud speakers. The speakers are actually pretty loud. I think even if you put it in an outdoor environment, these speakers will work well. And how am I being confident? Because I have actually tried it in an outside environment, and the speaker is actually really good. Even though the speakers are really good, the screen is not really that high of a quality, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference unless you're just using this laptop. Just play some normal music. I just want to shift the focus onto the keyboards, because Asus technically crammed a whole keyboard onto such a small space, and the trackpad is actually off to the side here. This is just a weird way of placing the trackpad. Even though the keys are really nice to press and type, I sometimes tend to miss and press a keyboard. As you can see here, I'm trying to press O, but sometimes I can accidentally press I as well, because the keys are too close to each other that it's so easy to press them away. Maybe I'm just a Mac user, I just like to type my keys like that. Even if you want to type like this, the keys are just so narrow that it's so hard to type on them. But other than that, the key travel and all of that just feels really nice. The travel, the slightly mechanical feel, all that is good, except that the keys are just too narrow to each other that it's so hard to type. Now onto the ScreenPad Plus. And you may ask me, what is ScreenPad Plus? ScreenPad Plus is the secondary display at the bottom of the screen, on top of the keyboard. And here, this is the small switch for you to turn it on and turn it off. So it's turned on. Now I can turn on ScreenPad Plus. It takes a while to boot up, and so every time you press it, the screen turns off, and it gives this new animation, and ScreenPad Plus turns on. So this is a small touch interface. Just do some multitasking. So you can open another app. Like for example, I can open Chrome, and then I can just drag it down to ScreenPad Plus, and I can keep it here. Then I can open another new tab and drag it from here. I can drag it on top. So it's really easy to multitask. Other than this, if you talk about gaming, I don't think I can comment about gaming right now because I have not played any games on this computer. For those of you who have been following me for a long time, you all know that I do not play any computer games. The only games that I play are on my mobile games, so I do not play any computer games. Other than that, portability on this computer is really bad. It's too heavy. I can't bring it anywhere. I've only been using this Asus Zenbook for a while now, and portability on this is very bad. I can't bring it anywhere. It's too heavy, it's too bulky, consumes a lot of power, so I can't really bring it anywhere. But other than this, the main feature that keeps making me use this Asus Zenbook is the dual screen. The dual screen is really useful, like I said, for multitasking. So I'm doing a lot of documents. The dual screen is very handy. Sometimes I tend to keep my MacBook away and use this dual screen because I'm able to quickly refer from another page. It's as if you're having a book and a paper. You're gonna copy it over, or you wanna take a reference and type from that. You can just look at it and you can just write down. This is the same thing in a computer, and it comes with this pen as well, stylus pen, which you can use to write down on the screen, since the screen is captive touch screen. So in the end, if you ask me, should you get this Asus Zenbook? I think now in 2025 you should not get it, because see, the used markets, it's still going for about close to more than $1,000. For more than $1,000 now, it's definitely not worth it. I think I would rather some other, like a Lenovo ThinkPad is a much better option compared to this Asus Zenbook. But other than that, the port selection and all of that, I really love it. But there's one more thing that is slightly disturbing too, which is the charging port. It has a USB-C, but the USB-C, you can't use it to charge. Why not just allow USB-C to be charging as well? It would have been a much better. I think nowadays USB-C is the norm. Even if the computer has its own charger, I think they should allow USB-C charging as well, just for versatility purposes. I think you shouldn't get this computer because it's price. The price isn't going down the used market, so I don't think it's even worth it to buy at this point. So I think for this price, you're better off buying a new laptop. So with that, if you like what you the like button, get subscribed, turn on notifications so you're notified whenever I post a video. Of course, leave me in the comments below if you have this exact same laptop that I review, or if you're having or have you used it before. Do leave in the comments below. I would love to know from you. With that, thank you so much for watching, and catch all of you in the next one. Bye bye.